Beloved listeners, when you stand in the quiet of your own being and breathe into the mystery of existence, you will find that the universe is not some cold, mechanical expanse, but a living, pulsating intelligence that bends to the vibration of your words, your thoughts, your inner song. It is not chaotic, though it may appear so to the distracted mind. It is precise, exact, harmonious, obedient to the essence of what you impress upon it. There are 3 words, 3 exact words, that it obeys with unwavering loyalty. The moment you understand them not only with the mind, but with the heart, your life begins to open like a flower that has been waiting for the sun. For too long, humanity has been taught that we are victims of fate, that chance rules, that luck decides. But the truth is far more radiant. The universe is your mirror, your servant, your stage, and the 3 words are the keys that direct its performance. Every spoken word carries frequency. Every thought is an instruction. Every emotion is an energy signature that the universe receives and rearranges matter to reflect back to you. That is why those who live in fear continue to encounter fearful circumstances, and those who rest in love witness love multiplied. The 3 words I will reveal are not mere vocabulary. They are cosmic codes that rewrite the script of your existence. And when you speak them, when you live them, the infinite substance of the universe moves like a river toward your intention. Imagine the stars above you, billions of them, burning with fire beyond comprehension. Imagine galaxies wheeling silently, held together not by chance but by order, a rhythm older than time itself. That same order governs your own breath, your heartbeat, the way your cells regenerate, the way your body heals a wound without you commanding it. If the Creator, the Source, the infinite mind that set those stars in motion, embedded in you the same intelligence, then why should your life not unfold with equal perfection? The reason it often does not is not because the universe is against you, but because you have not yet spoken its language with precision. These 3 words are that language. The first word contains the seed of identity. It declares to the universe who you are, not in the eyes of others, but in the vibration of truth. When you utter it, every atom in your being vibrates in recognition. The second word establishes direction. It tells the universe what form the energy must take, the shape of the unseen into the seen. The third word is completion, sealing the pattern, commanding manifestation into physical expression. These words are so simple, so often spoken casually, that their sacredness is hidden in plain sight. Yet when they are spoken with awareness, aligned with emotion, and charged with faith, they become the most powerful command you can give. People have often wondered why their affirmations seem not to work, why their prayers feel unanswered, why they declare and nothing seems to shift. It is not that the universe fails to respond, but that the individual speaks with divided intention, with doubt canceling belief, with fear overshadowing vision. The universe does not understand mixed signals. It reflects exactly the vibration it is given. That is why those 3 exact words must be spoken in wholeness, without contradiction. For when they are spoken, the universe does not hesitate, it does not question, it does not delay, it simply aligns. Consider this: every thought is a cause. Every experience is an effect. When you live unconsciously, you believe the effects are random. But when you live consciously, you realize you are authoring the cause with every inner word. To grasp the power of the 3 words is to step out of the fog of chance and into the light of mastery. It is to take the pen back into your hand and write the script of your destiny. And you need not struggle, you need not push against the tide, because the universe itself is the tide, and it is willing to carry you if you will simply speak to it correctly. Now, let me tell you what happens when these words are spoken with awareness. The air around you vibrates. The cells of your body shift. Your electromagnetic field expands like a radiant sun, broadcasting the new instruction to everything around you. Opportunities, people, and events begin to rearrange themselves, as though the very chessboard of life is being reset for your advantage. Some call it coincidence, others call it miracle, But the truth is that it is law. You are not breaking the rules of reality, you are using them. Imagine standing before a great mirror. If you frown, the mirror frowns back. If you smile, the mirror smiles. Would you ever accuse the mirror of being cruel, if it showed you your own frown? Of course not. Yet many people curse life itself for reflecting their inner state, never realizing they have the power to change what they project. These 3 words are the smile to the cosmic mirror. They are the shift that transforms your reflection, and once you grasp them, you will never again plead with life, you will command it. There is a river of abundance, flowing ceaselessly. There is an ocean of health, vitality, and joy, waiting to pour into every cell of your being. There is a field of infinite possibility, surrounding you in every moment. Most people stand at the edge of that field with their eyes closed, insisting there is nothing there. But the moment they open their eyes, the moment they speak the 3 words, the field responds instantly. It is not about creating something out of nothing. It is about aligning with what already exists, shifting your frequency so that you become visible to what was always waiting for you. When you begin to live in alignment with these words, synchronicities multiply. You think of someone and they call. You dream of an opportunity and it appears. You set an intention and doors open that you did not even know existed. This is not magic in the childish sense. It is magic in the sacred sense. The natural order of a conscious universe that listens to you when you speak in its language. It is a reminder that you are not separate from creation, but creation itself expressing through you. Now, some of you may feel resistance. A voice inside may whisper, "It cannot be that simple. Life is hard. Things take time. Struggle is necessary." But that voice is not the truth. It is the echo of collective conditioning, the inheritance of a world that has forgotten its own divinity. The truth is radiant and simple. The universe does not complicate, only the fearful mind does. The 3 words are simple because truth is simple. And when you live by them, you step out of the tangled forest of doubt and into the wide open sky of certainty. Let me give you a glimpse of their power through an example. A woman once came to me, weary, broken, carrying the weight of loss. She had tried every method, every ritual, every affirmation, but nothing shifted. When I taught her these 3 words and how to speak them, she looked doubtful, almost insulted by their simplicity. Yet within days, she began to notice small shifts, strangers offering kindness, unexpected opportunities, a sense of inner peace she had not felt in years. Within weeks, her financial situation improved dramatically, and within months, she was living in a new home, surrounded by joy she thought had been lost forever. What had changed? Only her alignment with the words that the universe cannot resist obeying. These words are not bound by religion, culture, or language. They are not owned by any doctrine. They belong to the very fabric of existence. They resonate through the core of every human heart, because they are coded into the structure of consciousness itself. Whether you whisper them alone in the night, or declare them with strength in the morning sun, the effect is the same. The universe listens. And so I say to you, as you listen now, feel them before they are even spoken. Feel the current of possibility stirring in your chest. Feel the lightness that enters the room when you align with truth. Feel the universe leaning in, waiting for your command. These 3 words are not far from you. They are on your tongue, they are in your breath, they are etched in your soul. And when you speak them with intention, the entire cosmos bends in obedience. The moment you speak them, reality begins to liquefy and reshape itself. For nothing in your experience is fixed. Every situation you believe immovable is only the echo of an old vibration, and when a new command is given, the echo dissolves. Many people live as prisoners of their past words, repeating over and over the same inner dialogue, unaware that those silent repetitions are the blueprint of their circumstances. The universe, obedient and precise, has only been saying yes to their unconscious declarations. But now you awaken, and when you awaken you take back the authority of your word. and those 3 exact words become the scepter with which you rule your kingdom. Do not underestimate the magnitude of this. Think of how many generations have been bound by patterns of poverty, illness, conflict. Families, entire nations. Repeating cycles because no one thought to change the inner command. But a single person, standing in the awareness of truth, can shift not only their own life, but the lives of countless others. For the universe responds to vibration, and one aligned vibration is more powerful than thousands of scattered ones. When you stand in the resonance of these words, you become a tuning fork for everyone around you, drawing them into harmony without effort. The skeptics may ask, if it is so simple, why is not everyone living in abundance, health, and joy? The answer is simple. Most people have not yet chosen to believe. The universe will never violate your free will. If you choose to believe in struggle, the universe will faithfully provide you with struggle. If you choose to believe in limitation, the universe will loyally confirm your limitation. But the instant you choose to believe in possibility, the instant you speak with conviction, the universe obeys with the same loyalty. It is impartial, like fire that burns whether you touch it in ignorance or in wisdom. The difference is how you use it. And here lies a sacred mystery. These 3 words are most powerful not when shouted into the sky, but when whispered with conviction in the silence of your own being. For in the silence you are closest to source. You are attuned to the frequency where thought and matter meet. That is why ancient mystics retreated into stillness, why visionaries spent hours in solitude. It was not to escape life, but to command it from the deepest place. When you enter that silence and breathe these words, the universe does not delay, it answers instantly, rearranging the unseen before your eyes. Let us speak of the body. Many carry illness, fatigue, imbalance, believing their cells are betraying them. But the body is only reflecting the command it has been given. Thoughts of fear, words of weakness, emotions of despair imprint themselves upon the cells, and the body obeys. Yet when the command changes, when the 3 exact words are spoken with the authority of truth, the body too obeys. Regeneration begins, vitality floods in. The immune system awakens, and healing manifests. Not as a miracle outside the laws of nature, but as the very law of nature itself, aligning with the new instruction. You are not separate from that power, you are that power. And what of wealth? Many labor endlessly, chasing opportunities, believing they must exhaust themselves to receive a fragment of abundance. But abundance does not come from effort, it comes from alignment. Wealth is a frequency, and when you speak these words from a place of certainty, you align with the frequency of abundance itself. Then, without struggle, ideas flow, opportunities find you, resources appear, and what seemed impossible becomes inevitable. The universe is not stingy, it is overflowing. Lack is not a condition of reality, but a condition of belief. Change the belief, speak the words, and reality transforms. Relationships too are born of vibration. Every partner, every friend, every encounter is drawn by the frequency you hold. When you carry unworthiness, you attract those who confirm it. When you carry radiance, you attract those who mirror it. The 3 words are the ultimate declaration of worthiness, the alignment of your soul with the truth of love. When you speak them, you dissolve the old contracts of pain and invite in those who reflect your highest self. Love is not something to chase, it is something to radiate. The universe will always send back to you the echo of what you radiate. I say again, these 3 exact words are not complicated. The ego resists their simplicity because it believes power must be difficult, hidden, earned. But truth is not earned, it is recognized. The universe does not demand struggle for your dreams. It asks only that you align. These words are the alignment, the doorway into effortless creation. They are a declaration not only to the universe, but to yourself. When you speak them, you remind your own mind of its infinite capacity, you awaken the memory of your soul. Now imagine this, you wake tomorrow morning, and before you rise, before you check the world outside, you speak these words into the stillness of dawn. Instantly, the day begins to align. Traffic flows easily, conversations uplift you. Unexpected blessings meet you at every turn. You feel as though invisible hands are guiding you, as though the very fabric of life is conspiring in your favor. This is not imagination, it is the natural response of an obedient universe. And the more you practice, the stronger the alignment becomes, until your life itself becomes a testimony that the universe obeys. Do you feel the truth of this? Even as I speak, there is a stirring in your chest, a resonance in your being. You may not yet know the words consciously, but your soul recognizes them. It has always known them. They are the same words that called galaxies into form, that whispered light into existence, that breathe life into your body at this very moment. They are not foreign to you. They are you. That is why when you speak them, the universe responds with such immediacy, because you and the universe are not two, but one, dancing together in eternal harmony. Some may hear this and still wait for proof, but proof is only the reflection of belief. Do not wait for life to change before you speak them. Speak them, and life will change. That is the reversal of the old way of thinking, the shift from victimhood to mastery. For the universe is not testing you, it is serving you. The question is not whether it will obey, but whether you will finally give it a clear command. And so I invite you now, in this very moment, to prepare your heart, for the words are not far. They are simple, exact, eternal. When you speak them with full awareness, you step into the stream of creation itself. You become the deliberate author of your experience. You awaken from the dream of struggle into the truth of power. And as you do, you will find that the universe, faithful as ever, bows to your command, and life itself becomes the masterpiece you always knew was possible. The words must be carried not only on your tongue, but in your feeling. For the universe listens through vibration more than sound. You can say them mechanically, and little will move, but when you embody them, when every fiber of your being hums with their truth, the universe cannot help but obey. It does not hesitate, for hesitation is a human invention. The cosmos is immediate, precise, and eternal in its response to clarity. That is why you must speak them with conviction, without apology, without dilution, as though the infinite itself is listening. Because it is. Think of the seed planted in soil. The gardener does not dig it up each morning to see if it has begun to grow. He plants it, waters it, trusts it, and knows that in due time, the sprout will break through. In the same way, when you declare with these 3 words, you must not contradict your own planting with doubt, fear, or impatience. The unseen roots are forming, the energy is shifting, the unseen field is rearranging. Your role is not to question how but to stand in certainty that it is done. That certainty is the water, the sunlight, the nourishment. Without it the seed struggles. With it, the seed cannot help but grow. How often have you sabotaged your own creations with a single reversal? You speak life in the morning and death in the afternoon. You declare possibility in joy, and cancel it in fear an hour later. The universe, loyal as ever, obeys both commands, leaving you to believe it does not work. But the truth is, it works so perfectly, so obediently, that it reflects even your contradictions. That is why discipline of word is the highest art. These 3 words require consistency, a steady hand, a focused heart. When spoken steadily, they carve a new reality as surely as a river carves stone. Look again at the stars, vast beyond comprehension. Do you believe such magnificence came into being without command? No. The same words that you carry within you called them forth. The same power that flung galaxies into spirals beats in your chest. And when you speak, you are not begging the universe to do something foreign. You are reactivating the very principle that made existence itself possible. You are not small, though the world has tried to convince you. You are not weak, though your past may have suggested it. You are the living extension of the same power that said, "Let there be light," and there was light. Imagine yourself standing in front of a great door. Behind that door lies every dream you have ever carried, every possibility, every version of you that you thought was out of reach. The handle of that door is unlocked, but it requires the exact phrase, the precise vibration, to swing open. You have carried the key all along, and the key is the 3 words. When you speak them, the door does not merely open, it disappears. For you realize there was never separation between you and the fulfillment. The words do not create what was absent, they reveal what was always present, waiting for permission to emerge. And what happens when you live daily from this awareness? You begin to walk as one who knows the ground beneath them, will rise to meet every step. You do not rush. You do not fear. You move with calm certainty, for you understand the mechanics of creation. Life stops being a battlefield and becomes a canvas. Each morning you stand before it with your brush, and the 3 words are your strokes of color. Soon, the canvas becomes a masterpiece that astonishes even you, though you were the artist all along. Now let us speak of energy. Modern science has already shown what mystics have always declared: everything is energy, vibrating at frequencies that determine form. Your words carry vibration. Your emotions amplify that vibration. Together they broadcast a signal. And the universe matches that signal with exact precision. The 3 words are the strongest frequency you can emit, because they align your thought, your feeling, and your being into a single channel of clarity. Imagine thousands of scattered radio stations all playing at once. Confusion, noise, distortion. That is the ordinary human mind. But when you speak these words, it is as if every channel merges into one pure frequency, strong and undistorted, broadcasting to the entire field. And the field, being obedient, answers. You have seen glimpses of this in your own life. Moments when you were so certain, so aligned, that what you wanted seemed to appear out of thin air. You thought of someone and they appeared. You spoke of an opportunity and it arrived. You felt in your core that something was yours, and within days it manifested. Those were not accidents. Those were the moments when, unknowingly, you were aligned with the power of the 3 words. What I invite you into now is not the occasional accident of alignment, but the deliberate, daily command of alignment. To live as a conscious creator, not an unconscious one. And what a failure. What of those times when you declared and did not see results? Understand this: the universe always obeys, but sometimes it must dissolve what no longer serves you before bringing forth the new. The field rearranges, and in that rearrangement, the old crumbles. Many mistake that crumbling is failure, when in truth it is clearing. Trust that even the collapse is obedience. Trust that even the ending is alignment. Speak the words again. Stand firm, and you will see the new arise where the old once stood. As you hear these words, you may feel the stirring of remembrance, as though your soul is saying, "Yes, I know this." Because you do know it. Every great teacher, every prophet, every mystic in history has known and spoken of this truth in their own language. The words may have varied, but the vibration was the same. And now it is your turn to embody it. Not as philosophy, not as something to admire from afar, but as the living, breathing practice of your life. Picture yourself months from now, having lived faithfully by these words. Your health restored, your relationships harmonious, your finances flowing, your spirit radiant. People around you notice the glow, the ease, the grace, and they ask, "What changed?" And you smile, because you know it was not luck, not chance, not external intervention. It was simply that you spoke the words the universe cannot resist obeying. You aligned with the truth, and truth never fails. When the soul becomes saturated with these words, you no longer measure life by appearances, because you know appearances are shadows cast by older vibrations. You stop reacting to the shadow and start creating the light that will cast the next one. That is the shift from survival to mastery. The old self anxiously watched circumstances to decide how to feel. The awakened self speaks the words and lets circumstances follow. This is freedom. True freedom. The ability to remain unshaken while the universe rearranges, because you know it must obey. Feel into this: your heart is an electromagnetic beacon. broadcasting fields that extend beyond your body. Scientists can measure this field several feet away, but in truth, it extends infinitely, touching everything. Your heart responds immediately to these words, because they are not only mental, they are vibrational. When you say them, your heart expands, your field strengthens, your signal becomes irresistible. Others feel it even before you speak aloud. Opportunities, people, and synchronicities are magnetized by that signal. This is not abstract. It is as precise as the law of gravity. There is a reason sages and visionaries spoke often of the spoken word. They knew that language is not merely descriptive but creative. Every word is a seed, and seeds grow whether you plant them consciously or not. When you plant weeds of doubt grow. When you plant flowers of faith bloom. The three exact words are the most fertile seed, the genetic code of creation itself. Plant them, and you will reap the harvest of miracles, not once, but continually. I tell you, there is no greater discipline than to guard the words of your mouth and the thoughts of your mind. For every idle word, the universe listens. Every passing thought carries instruction, and the universe does not forget. That is why the transformation of your life begins not with force upon the outer world, but with mastery of the inner. These three words are the anchor, the filter, the compass. Speak them, think them, breathe them, and soon your entire inner landscape shifts. When the inner is changed, the outer cannot help but follow. Now, envision yourself in a moment of trial. Perhaps finances seem low, or health feels fragile, or a relationship appears broken. The ordinary reaction is panic, despair, struggle. But imagine instead you pause, breathe, and speak these words with calm authority. Immediately your energy changes. The panic dissipates. A calm strength fills you. Though nothing external has shifted yet, you feel the certainty that it must. That certainty is the shift the universe responds to. Within hours, days, weeks, solutions begin to emerge. The impossible bends. The closed door cracks open, and you realize that power was never outside you, it was always in the command of your word. Children understand this better than most adults. They speak with imagination, with conviction, believing their invisible world is real. And because they believe, it often is. How many times have children spoken dreams that seemed fanciful, only to watch them materialize later in life? The difference is not capability, but belief. Adults abandon belief in the unseen and imprison themselves in realism, which is only the worship of old evidence. But when you reclaim the childlike faith, when you speak these words with the purity of imagination, creation accelerates. The universe delights in childlike command, because it is free of resistance. Let us also speak of time. Many believe manifestation requires long waiting, but time is elastic. The universe is not bound by the human clock. Some creations unfold instantly. Others require sequences of alignment, but all are inevitable once the words are spoken in truth. Impatience only delays, because impatience is a declaration of lack. But certainty collapses time, bending events to your favor with astonishing speed. The more you trust, the faster it flows. The less you doubt, the quicker it arrives. These words are the catalyst that compresses time, pulling distant possibilities into present reality. There will come a day when you look back and laugh at the times you thought life was against you. When you blamed fate, luck, or others. You will laugh because you will see how precise it always was, how faithfully it mirrored your own words and feelings. And you will feel immense gratitude, not for the struggles, but for the awakening they provoked. For without them, you may never have discovered the key, the three words that turn the lock. Now, listen deeply when you speak them. You are not convincing the universe to do something reluctant. You are awakening the part of yourself that is already whole, already abundant, already radiant. The universe is not outside you, it is within you as you. The stars above are not distant strangers, they are kin, made of the same essence. When you speak the words, you harmonize with that essence. You remember what you forgot. You come home to the truth. And here is the great paradox: though the words command the universe, they also align you with surrender. Not surrender as defeat, but surrender as trust. You no longer grasp or chase, because you know all is obeying you. You release the frantic energy, the desperate striving, and move instead with grace. The words do not make you arrogant, they make you humble, because you realize the magnitude of the power entrusted to you. And with humility comes responsibility. The responsibility to speak only what uplifts, only what aligns, only what serves. Imagine if every person on earth spoke from this awareness. Wars would end in an instant, for no one would declare division. Poverty would dissolve, for no one would declare lack. Illness would lessen, for no one would declare frailty. The collective word would reshape the collective world. That is the destiny toward which we move, one awakened soul at a time. And you, by carrying these words, become a torchbearer for that destiny. And so, beloved soul, let this truth settle deeply into you: the universe is not against you. Never has been, never will be. It is listening, always faithful, always obedient. Every corner of existence, from the movement of galaxies to the rhythm of your own heartbeat, is bound by the same law. And that law bends to your words. The 3 exact words are not hidden, not complex, not unreachable. They are simple, eternal, and already yours. You need not strive for them, you need only use them. When you speak them with clarity, with certainty, with the fire of belief, the field answers instantly. When you feel them not only in thought but in the depth of your being, the stars themselves align. When you live them daily, you are no longer tossed by circumstance, you become the master of circumstance. What once seemed impossible becomes ordinary, what once felt distant becomes near, and what once appeared lost is restored. Carry them on your lips, yes. But more than that, carry them in your heart. Let them shape your inner dialogue, let them saturate your imagination, let them be the vibration you broadcast into the field. Then watch, with awe and with gratitude, as life bends in harmony with your command. For the universe, vast and immeasurable as it is, delights in its role as your mirror, your stage, your servant. The time for doubt is over. The time for hesitation is over. Stand in your authority. Speak the words, live the words, embody the words, and know, beyond all shadow, that the universe obeys. That is the truth, the eternal law, the radiant promise. And from this day forward, let every breath remind you you hold the key. Speak it, and it is done.